fitness. Before we kick this thing off, I feel like I'm awful at all this YouTube stuff when it comes to saying like, subscribe, make sure you share the channel with a friend. I feel like it feels so cheesy and fake bullshit, but no, it does help to subscribe. I know some people don't subscribe and it just pops up on their recently searched with the algorithm or whatever. And so I appreciate you just stopping by and catching it and catching the reviews. But go and hit that subscribe and like button too to help me grow a little bit, growing in the gym and out of the gym on the YouTube channel. But today, joining, this is like the Emmys of pre-workout. Everyone does their end of the year top pre-workout list, and I started my channel in November, and I just didn't have the repertoire yet that I felt comfortable doing a tops list, especially when I'm talking about products I haven't reviewed yet, but I've ran. I feel like I just didn't have the credibility at the time, and why not do a summer solstice top pre-workout list? And this is going to be an all-in-one. I got my notes right here, so this is the Oscars of the pre-workout world, and we are going to go through. We got the happy times category, the smack with a little bit of happy, but with smack and buzz, perfect combo mix, and then we'll have an honorable mention for each category. Then we got the hidden sauce pre's. These are the ones where something is not on the label. And then we have the pumps and dailies category. And then we'll have honorable mentions, like I mentioned, for each category. But to start this one off, we're going to get going with the pumps and dailies. The first one on the list, I actually don't have it anymore, but we got to do a glycerol shot one, and I got Pump Script. This one is one of the ones that I reviewed early on, picked it up locally. Pump Script, Nutristat, and I don't have the label with me, but I just remember insane amount of glycerol, one of the most out there. I think it also has the Vaso 6 Vaso Drive in it as well, and it might have had in any way. This one I've tried a few other glycerol shots, but this is one of the ones I always go back to. Decently tasting, not the best, but not the worst. They'll take like old grandpa's cough syrup, but not terrible. The next one on the list is Pump Serum. I don't have this one any more either. This one actually took before I got the channel, and it's by Huge Supplements. Just absolutely loaded label. Love this one. Always juicy pumps with a little mix of vascularity. The next one on the list, I also am completely out of this one. I don't even know if I have the label. I might have hung it up already. But this was a Warlord. Yeah, I don't even have the label anymore. I think, I tried peeling it off, but some of the ways these stickers come off, it just sucks because Warlord was my favorite designs, but like it did this, it's so like it's like glued on there, so it rips off, and so wasn't able to save that one. But Warlord by Toxic Masculinity, that's my pump product of 2025, champion right there. Small company, freaking love TM Nutrition. Every single thing they make has been solid. And that kind of rounds it up for like the pump matrix. And now we will get into the daily drivers. First one is Jacked Up. I'm not going to go into the label of each one of these ones, just quick little story. Small little brand here, but amazing product if you're looking for something with no illicit stems and no alpha yo. One of my favorite go-tos. Also like this one, these are nice to have around if you just need a little pick-me-up in the morning. If you're not lifting for like if I'm not lifting for like 8 hours, sometimes I'll take like 1/3 scoop of this just to get about 100 milligrams of caffeine. Absolutely delicious too. Another honorable mention when you're looking at that Jacked Up category is by the Collegiate Fellows and Possessed Monkey. Another one to look to if you're looking into that category. And then besides Jacked Up, we have Edge of Insanity. Of course, we all know Edge. Edge is one of those non-illicit stems. Not a daily. This is one you don't want to be taking 5 straight days. But one of those ones that if you need that like stem junkie-esque buzz, but you're trying to stay away from 2-amino, from the possibly 1,3, or any of those other things, that's one of the ones to go to. And then to round out this list, we have Symbiote. Oh, dropped all my pre's. Symbiote or Carnage. So I got Symbiotes next, but both of these ones, Symbiote and Carnage, man. Symbiote is one of those ones that is what absolute smacker of a pre. One of these ones that you just question if what's really in this thing. This is one, if you blind taste test this one, you'd think you got some sort of stem junkie-esque illicit product. With only, and the alpha yo content in this one is only at the yohimbane's at 3, but alpha yo's at 1.5, and this is one of the most pure 1.5 I've ever felt because that thing was a slapper. And the Symbiote is one of those ones. Another one just like that one. It's another really solid product. Only comes in with a gram of alpha yo, but still, it's straight like a nice little slap. And it doesn't have junglins, it doesn't have Araya. Symbiote does have some of those items, but Carnage is another really big pick for me for top pre-workout. Let me get these ones that dropped real quick. And then honorable mentions for this category, we have Omni Energy right here, and then also Tweak as well by Garage Gym Homie had his hands in the makings of that one. And that rounds out the daily drivers and pumps. Now we have the hidden sauce pre-workouts. Obviously, number one, I don't think it's gonna come to any surprise. We have Excelsior. We catch my full review of that one. I'm coming out with another review. I've got samples of here's a 726 Ridge lid, supposedly the bunk one, which I've actually really enjoyed. It's got a nice energy kick to it and still a decent low euphoria. But I actually have samples of 4 different batches from either Ava's or from Predator. Some smooth lids, some ridge lids, some 626, some 726, and so research in progress on the batch differences. And then the next one on this list, and this is in no particular order, this is just ones I really enjoyed. We have Firestorm. Firestorm to me was amazing. It was a little bit more euphoric than Smash, but insane tunnel vision focus. Absolutely love this one. And then after Firestorm, we had Ashes. Ashes was hidden one for me. This is one of those ones we just hit on reviews. Ashes had a few negative reviews out there, and it's kind of been forgotten. And I'm trying to help bring this one back on the map because to me, at least this batch right here, this thing was very euphoric, very mood uplifting. You just felt like positive and like a better outlook on life. Like I remember thinking about like just happy thoughts. Fucking Peter Pan song, man. Just thinking happy thoughts when you took this one. In the focus, though, the focus is the star of the show, but the secondary theme was the happiness and just positive mood elevation. And it's not like a Ventador Dark Horse like dance and happiness. It's just like a really positive overall sense of well-being that comes with that one. And that rounds up my tops for the hidden sauce. But I have a few honorable mentions. Smash AMF is a big time honorable mention. If you are a big focus person and you want something that just is number one in this category of focus, this is what you got to go with. To me, the Smash didn't make my tops because it's almost too much focus for me. I have to underdose it, and it also lasts. I have to plan my damn week around Smash and what day I'm going to use it. This is one of those ones. If you could work out in the morning and you want to utilize that for the rest of your day, you could use that thing as a tool. And then Oxy Milt as well is another one. If I can find that. Think it might be in the wall up here somewhere. Yep, Oxy Milt as well up there. It's another one that if you're in the fat burners, but that's not quite me. And then I'm not going to be reviewing this one, but I can mention it real quick and not really talk about it. But Gym and Tonic right here, if you want to take a look at that one. Another one that's supposedly got the goods in it, and I certainly think it does. It's not as hard hitting as I would expect, but it does put you in that straight bubble if you're interested in looking into something like that. And then another one by them is this one right here, and this one is just straight good vibes and happiness. Another one that's not going to be reviewing with the ingredient list profile included, but another one to look into if you like to find like hidden gems. And that wraps out like the illicit, like hidden ingredient style prees, hidden sauce prees. Now we're going to go into the happy times prees. These are the ones, if you're a no drama, you want nothing but happiness and rainbow and sunshine, this is what we're going with. And to kick it off, man, nothing is more happier than a Ventador. A Ventador takes the cake and the happiness. Oh shit. Got so many prees I'm juggling around here. A Ventador, man, was straight buzzing, good times galore. And after that, I actually got these at the same purchase, both through Shredded RX Sports, is Dark Horse. And I got another Dark Horse too. That's how damn good it was. Even with all these prees, I wanted to have another one on hand. This one was kind of hidden for a while, and then it popped up and blew up on the map here recently. But Dark Horse was another just all positive vibes experience. And then to me, Kill Switch it falls in this category as well. Some people got more of the intense, like locked in tunnel vision. I got more of like the happiness, like good vibes with a background of tunnel vision focus. But to me, happy times pre-workout Kill Switch. I love it for leg day. It's just nothing but good vibes, no heart racing. And then here's a little interesting one for you. Force of Nature from highstempreworkouts.com. I was getting the OG Wildfire type buzz from this one. Maybe not to that level, but it definitely had more of a reminiscent feel of that. To me, this one felt more like the OG Wildfire than Kratos did. And Kratos was really good. Let me find that one. That's legit. Not sure if I pulled it down, but Kratos pre-workout was another one that came on the scene, and I really enjoyed Kratos. Here it is, by Beast Coast Research. Is the honorable mention for Happy Times. And another honorable mention was Ferocious. Ferocious is up there. I can't really acquire that one anymore, but be on the lookout for that one. Hellraiser as well by Renegade Labs, another one that could be on your radar list. And then Wildfire. I've heard the batches aren't as good anymore, but I at least got to throw it in there because it's still around if you're willing to take a chance on it. The last one I bought was last summer. And then to wrap it all up here, we got the Smack and Happy Vibes pre-workout. And this one's in my deep freeze downstairs, but the first one is Dexter Halloween. Gotta have some Coco Labs products on here. Dexter Halloween was straight buzzing. And also, now that my Coco Labs products are kind of out of sight, out of mind, but OxyStem's another one you could argue for the Happy Times honorable mention. And then back to the Smack and Happy Buzz listing here. And then what better one for this category than Cerberus? Man, this one puts up a good fight for the number one spot in this category. Cerberus is so well balanced, so much power output, so much good vibes. It's just a beautifully made pre-workout, and it kind of flew under the radar for a while and then resurfaced this year. And then Minyako. I have Minyako V2 to try still, but Minyako V1 was amazing. Absolutely loved it. Another one, the perfect balance of pumps, power output, rage, and then also good vibes. Just a very, very well balanced pre. Scored extremely well in the scorecard. All above. To me, it's one step down from the legit original as far as like well balanced goes. But it's in that category where like everything, it checks all the boxes. And I'm excited to try V2, so I had to have that one in the tops here. And then Doomsday Coco. Doomsday by Coco Labs is a different animal than the one by NutriCartel. NutriCartel makes my honorable mention one, but Doomsday UK version, you got to get your hands on this one, but keep it at that level scoop because this is a freaking slapper. It's the perfect mix. I compare myself to Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Kept going back and forth between euphoria and anger with that one. And then we have, to wrap it all up before we get to the honorable mentions, we have Legit V2. Legit V2 was another one that came on the scene, and you always got to respect these companies when they come out with products that were once hitters and have now moved on to away from DMHA or DMAA, and have now, they still have some good stuff in there that's not liked by the FDA, but what they've done with this is amazing. They've kind of switched the whole category of style of pre. If you ask me, they should have changed the design. They could have made it like a legit V2 and then also made it like black and gold and silver and stuff. But I'm cool with what they did. They kept the original design. I might have switched up the label just a bit and kept it the way just to kind of show it's a new face. It's not the same product, but all in all, it's a freaking awesome pre, and it's got a great smack to it. And then another one that's honorable mention is Crack Barbarian. I would have put this one in as a main one, but one of my friends I've sent him a sample of the newer batch, or this batch versus the newer batch, and he was telling me the newer batch was trash. And so this is the purple one. I know this, that if you're wondering if your Barbarian's a good one or not, I've heard great things about the purple batch. This Fornius has this one as well. The powder is kind of bluish looking, and it is actually tasty, and it's a hitter batch. But I had to put an honorable mention because I hear the ones out right now aren't the same thing, and I had to get and also some honorable mentions here is Pillager. Pillager is one of those ones, if you like this category, the Smack and Happy Buzz, but you need to maybe go one step down. Pillager is a good way to go. One step down meaning if you just don't want something so intense. You're a low, like you're a stim junkie, but you're either coming off a stim break or you're on the lower tolerance side. This is what this kind of little honorable mentions for. So these are honorable mentions, but they could almost be their own category. And then also as well, you can practically put every single Masscast product with Alpha EO in here. Judgment Day, Mindfuck I'll throw in this category as well. And there might be some more I'll leave off this list as well. But Mindbender too. You could honestly throw that thing in the honorable mention for Happy Times or this one. And then Doomsday USA. But all in all, I mean, I can just go off the ones I've reviewed, and there could be some that I've reviewed that I'm kind of sleeping on, but I feel like I've hit most of them. I mean, I'm trying to hit the ones that you can still acquire. There's some Renegade Labs ones I've ran, but obviously those are extremely hard to find. So some of them, like Machine, I hadn't even feel like putting it in a category because it's, I think that brand's going away. And so it's a tough gig trying to put these tops together, but I tried to do it based upon the ability to acquire within the next couple months. But I try to keep my code at GYMDAD among all the websites. So use that thing if you can. Support my, help every time you use that GYMDAD code. Getting kids can get kids meal. If you use that GGH code, I'm taking away kids meal from the kids. So try to keep those kids' bellies full. But I'm just joking, that they don't eat kids meals. It's boiled chicken and sweet potato for those guys. I want a big family, like a big family. Like I want like strong family. So support the family and use the code. And anyway, that wraps up the summer solstice tops list right here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch me on my next review. GYMDAD Fitness, I'm out.